Yeah.
Very good afternoon to everyone. I welcome you to the digital media program, research program, and certificate. Delighted that today also sir is so kind of taking the second session and on Google Analytics. So Dr. Parvez Kumar Padamwar is an assistant professor of marketing in Indian Institute of Management, Sambalpur. He holds a PhD from IIM Raipur and a BTech in Mechanical Engineering from National Institute of Technology, Calicut. His research interests are in choice behavior, consumer decision making, cross-cultural studies, and experimental studies. His PhD thesis focuses on behavior of phenomenon, the decoy effect, and his research has been published in reputed journals, including the Journal of Business Research. He has been associated with many other institutions. Now he's in IIM Sambalpur and 11 years of work experience, in which sir has 9 years were in industry. Before joining IIM Sambalpur, sir was in associate. Has worked for Godrej and Boy MFG Ltd and also Hilti India Private Limited in the area of sales and business development in B2B market. Once again, welcome you, sir. Now we can go forward with your session today. Thank you so much.
Fine, fine. So if my voice is not clear or if internet connection is not proper, just let me know. Right? We'll try to fix it. So let's start the session. Like yesterday, we had discussed about search engine marketing, right? So I mean, search engine in search engine marketing, we bring traffic to the website, right? Using some kind of paid way, right? So you have some kind of advertisement, like in Google uh, and Google, then in maybe social media, right? And also there are many ways to do it. So basically, you pay for the traffic, right? You pay for the traffic. So that's how it is. So that is search engine marketing, right? And there's one more thing like search engine optimization, in which you had sessions in the previous sessions, right? So there, just let me clarify the difference between SEO and SEM, right? Although we discussed it that yesterday also. So basically, in search engine optimization, you just work on the website, right? And also, I mean, like the user experience should be good, the content should be good, right? And also, you try to increase, like improve the authority of the website by like there should be more links, like different websites should refer to your website, right? So that is how it is. So that is search engine optimization. There the crowd come to your website organically, right? You don't have to pay for any you don't have to pay directly for traffic to come in, right? So that is search engine optimization. While in search engine marketing, you give advertisements, right? So that is what we had discussed. So primarily, I mean, it is to bring traffic to your website, right? That is what we had discussed. So today what we'll be discussing is Google Analytics, right? So basically, see, I mean, when we're talking about traffic, we should also have some tool that can help us to understand or like monitor the traffic coming to your website, right? So like, I mean, you should know like how many people are visiting your website every day and what they're doing and who are those people, right? Do you think this information will be useful?
Yes, sir.
Yes, right. So you're running a website, right? And it is really interesting, like important that, I mean, who are visiting your website? Who are visiting your website? How many people are visiting your website? They are doing what? Once they visit your website, they are doing what, right? That is important, right? Then they're visiting your website from which source, right? So are they visiting it organically? I mean, like they're just typing your website name and entering it. Are they have entered to your website from your some advertisement, right? Are there so that kind of information you need to, you if you know, you can plan I mean, you can make strategic way of enhancing the performance of website. So this is all it is. So all this monitoring you can do using Google Analytics, right? So that is what we will discuss, right? So we had discussed earlier how to bring traffic to your website. So to and like to bring traffic to your website, you need to work on search engine optimization and search engine marketing, right? And I have already explained the difference. I hope you understood, right? And to monitor the traffic, you can use Google Analytics, right? So, right, so let me share my screen. Right, so I hope the screen is visible. I think it is getting
Yes,
right
yes.
now. It is visible. So which is this website? What is the name of this website which you see on the screen?
Sambhavi
Right,
Creation.
Sambhavi Creation, right? So this is what we had discussed yesterday also. So this is the website which is of my friend, and I also help him to like improve the performance of it, right? Right. So this is the website in which some tribal articraft are sold. So this is a e-commerce website, right? And already I had discussed yesterday that these are some artifacts which are sold on this website. There are many more. So basically, I mean, a lot of search engine optimization has been done here, and we also try to bring traffic using search engine marketing. That is by giving some advertisement, right? So now we want to know like how is this website performing, right? So who are all visiting this website, and how many people are visiting every day this website, right? So for that you have something called Google Analytics, right? Yeah. So this is Google Analytics. I hope you can see. So this is a service provided by Google, and it is for free. Right, so that is one thing I wanted to tell. So this is Google Analytics. It is for free. So you can just type analytics.google.com, and this page will pop up. And what you have to do is like you have to link your website to Google Analytics, right? So that is the first job you have to do. So we have already linked this Sambhavi Creation website to Google Analytics, right? So there's some way to do that, and if you want to do, you can do it. You have to explore a little bit. But the thing is that I mean, this my website, which is sambhavicreations.co.in, is actually is linked to this particular Google Analytics account, right? So now actually I can see the activities, right? So first thing what we can, so this is how it is. This is the home. I hope you can see, right? So right now what you see, so there are many reports here, right? There are many reports here, right? So let me demonstrate one by one to you what it is. So first is actually real time, right? So real time is like real time, right? So right now what is happening. So if I click here and I just see overview. So I see that there is right now one person active. That is most likely me only, right? And that person you can also see where it is, right? So anyway, so this is right now showing as Bangalore. So maybe somebody, it is not included. It is not included me. So let's try something like, can all of you open this website sambhavicreations.co.in, and let us see if it changes. Right now there's only one, right? So all of you please open browser and open sambhavicreations.co.in. So once you have done, just raise your hand, right? So that I know that you have, yeah, you have done it. So let me again repeat, like I think some people have joined recently. So your job, your task is to open sambhavicreations.co.in, right? So now one person has raised his hand. Okay, so let us see if that is getting reflected here. Sorry. Yeah. So yeah, you can see here, right? So right now there are 3 people, right? Yeah. Yeah. Please carry on. Like more people, please access the website. You can see it was 1 earlier. Now it is 3. So 2 more have been added, right? Okay. I request. Yeah. So please raise your hand once you've done. So Ananya has done, and the admin has done. Yeah. Some of you please do so. Right. So yeah, one more person had done. Let me see. It is not reflected yet, but hopefully it will reflect. Yeah, so it is now 4, right? I hope you could see it, right? So yeah, so that is what I wanted to demonstrate. Like, I mean, so this basically can tell me on real time, like how many people are actually are like accessing my website, right? So that is important, right? That is important. So yeah, so some more people can, yeah, some more people can see this. we can also see one more thing. How many are using it using a desktop and mobile phone, right? So that information is also there. So right now, so there are 5 people who are accessing it, and 60% of them, I mean, 3 are accessing it using mobile phone and 2 are accessing it using desktop, right? So that information is also there, right? I hope you appreciate, right? So this thing is there. We can also see locations, right? So yeah, so there is some person from Trivandrum, Kerala, right? Nice to see that. And there are 3 people from Bhubaneswar area, basically Odisha, somewhere in Odisha. And there is one person from Thiruvananthapuram, right? I mean Kerala, and there are 3 people from Bhubaneswar, Odisha area, right? Okay, very good. And we can also see what they're doing, right? So 4 people are actually accessing the home page. So this means actually home page, right? So slash nothing is actually home page. So 4 people are actually accessing the home page, and one person is actually in a particular page. Some he or she is actually accessing some particular page. So that information you can also see. Yeah, right. So please appreciate. Some more, yeah. So yeah. So yeah. So some yeah. So one more person has actually shifted from home page to a different page, right? Yeah, very good. So now, like now, 4 of you have actually, most likely all of you like have actually moved from home page to different pages, right? Very good, right? So I hope you are appreciating. I hope you're appreciating, right? So all these activities you can actually monitor from Google Analytics, right? So thank you all those who participated. So now you can stop. You can close the that sambhavicreation.co.in, right? Good. Fine. Okay. So this is like, I mean, there are many options here, many options. So first one was actually real time, which I just demonstrated, right? So this gives you real time data, right? Then there are 4 more options here, right? So first is actually about audience, right? Then acquisition, then something called behavior, and something called conversion, right? So let me introduce each one of it one by one, right? So as you have audience name, so basically it tells you about the audience, right? If you click here, this thing pops up, and you can see the overview, right? So here's the overview, right? So you can see that set the data like it is right now. I think last 2 weeks data you have, right? And what you see here is like each day, like how many people are visiting my website, right? So on this day, 13th of October, 10 were there, 17. So each day you can know like how many people had visited your website. So 19, and on 25th it was 19, right? 26 yesterday it was 18. So you see this thing. So in the last 2 weeks, um, it's last 2 week, right? So you can also change this. You can also change this. I mean, this is last 2 week. You can also check for different date. So each day, how many people are visiting, and you have here how many users? Like total 164 users were there, and out of this 164, 150 were new users, right? So please appreciate this thing. Like, I mean, there were 150 new users. So in the last 2 weeks, 150 new people had visited my website, right? So how can you use that information? Like, how can you be benefited by that information, that out of like there are 150 new users visited to your website? Would somebody like to answer? Like, I mean, what I'm saying is like there are 150 new users who have visited my website. So how can you use that to gain some advantage? Can someone answer based on our last day discussion also? Yes.
Retargeting?
Yeah, very good, right? So yeah, so we can retarget those people, right? So we know that, like, I mean, these people are new to my website. They have visited my website for some reason, right? So it's an incentive for me to target those people again, right? I mean, I will retarget. I mean, again, show my website somehow to them in some banner, and if maybe like so instead of like showing my a banner to random people, it is more beneficial for me to show my banner to people who had visited my website, right? So very good. So this new user data is actually used for retargeting. Very good, right? Then there are some more metrics you can see here, like sessions, right? So 164 people they did 202 session. So what is the meaning of session? I mean, like maybe you already know, right? I mean, and then there's something called page views, right? So as you know, like your website has many pages, right? So if somebody visits your website, maybe that person will just visit the home page and leave, or it is possible that he or she will visit more pages, right? So what has happened, this 164 people had visited 616 number of web pages, right, in my website. So that is there. So per session it is 3. So this is also one important figure. Like, I mean, what happens, like, I mean, if somebody visit your website, so you can measure engagement based on the number of pages he or she had visited, right? If somebody visit my website and just leave, right, so that means that person had landed to the website accidentally, or maybe I don't know, right? But if that person actually interact, I mean, and visit more website, so that means that person is interested in my website. So it is important that people come to your website and visit multiple pages, right? So that is one measure of our metric to understand the performance. So pages, if more people are like people are visiting more pages, that means they have taken interest, right? So that is how it is. There's something called bounce rate. Is anybody who knows what is bounce rate? What is the meaning of bounce? Bouncing of the bouncing here, bounce. Somebody knows? Bounce. Okay, fine. So what happened? Like, I mean, you visit the website. Somebody wants to answer? Yes, please. No issue, no issue. Okay. So bounce rate basically means, like, I mean, you visit the website, and on the landing page itself, like, I mean, you just close it. I mean, you don't visit any other page. I mean, you open the website and just close it. I mean, you don't visit any, you don't interact further. So that is called bounce, right? So what is shown here is, like, I mean, 63.35 is the bounce rate. So that means out of 202 session, 65% of the people, 65% of the time, that means around 130 or 135, 32, 132 sessions were such in which users had just landed to the landing page and then they just close it. They did not interact more, right? So that is bounce rate. So is it good or bad thing? Bounce rate.
I think it's a bad
Is it good
thing.
or bad?
Bad thing, sir.
It's a bad. Yeah, it's a bad thing, right? I mean, that means the traffic is actually is useless. I mean, not, it's not relevant traffic to your website, right? They just landed for some wrong reason. They did not interact much. So bounce rate should be low, right? Bounce rate should be low. What about page per session? It's a good or bad? Page per session, pages per session.
So, session is itself is not clear to me.
Okay, fine. So basically, session means, like, I mean, one session means, like, I mean, there are some definitions. Let me also see here, right? You can also read here what is given. Total number of session with the date range. A session is the period time or time a user is active, engaged with your website, right? Anyway, so some definition. Meaning is that, I mean, you open a website, right? Then you interact with the website, right? And suppose then after a certain time, suppose you're idle, right? Suppose you're idle for, say, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So your session ends there, right? So I hope you understood. So you open the website, you interact for a certain time, and then you are not doing anything. So that means now you're idle. So then your session ends. Again, I mean, you again start using the website, the new session will start, right? right? I hope you're getting. So you can just explore a little bit what is session, but that is the basically meaning. I mean, you open the website, and if you're active on the website, say for 2 hours, that will be counted as one session, right? But if you're idle for certain time, your session will expire. So that is what I understand by the meaning of session, right? So anyway, so pages per session is like it should be high or should be low?
It should be high.
It should be
High,
high.
right? It should be high, right? So that indicates good engagement, right? So pages per session should be high, bounce rate should be low, right? So these are some metrics, right? Then if you go down, like you can see more things here, right? So out of this 200 and 164 users, right? What is the like so where they come from? So here you have language. Let's leave language. Let's see country, right? So you can know how many people are from India and different places, right? You can see here how many. What is the this thing? And similar way, you can also see the cities, right? So you can see here that a lot of people are actually from Delhi, Indore, Mumbai, Bangalore, Kolkata, right? How can you use this information in this context? If somebody would like to answer. So this basically provide me cities from where I have more users. So how can this help me to make my business strategy?
You'll get to know the people from where the people are much interested in your product.
Right, right. So we can see here that a lot of people from Delhi are interested, right? You can also see Indore here, but Indore is most likely Raipur only, right? So basically, I mean, if you remember, like, I mean, uh, so whoever is in actually Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh area is actually Indore. Whoever is from Odisha are all Bhubaneswar, right? So that is how it is, fine. So anyway, if you know this thing, I mean, it can help you in other ways. So you know that there are many people who are interested from Delhi and Karnataka. I mean, right, and also Kolkata area. So these are some geographical area where I have more users. So maybe if I'm running any marketing campaign, I can target these geographical location, right? And it's possible that people who are from Indore are just my competitor. Basically, they are people from Raipur or some area, so they're primarily my competitor. So I will actually, in fact, exclude Indore so that my competitor do not see my advertisement, right? And I
Can you
will
do
only
that?
target. Yes, yes, we can do. I had demonstrated that, right? I mean, when you target, when you target geography, you can target and also exclude, right? So don't worry. I mean, if you can just try Google. I mean, here you can see this Google Ads also. You can just try one campaign by yourself. You will see that thing. Or else you can just see some YouTube video. Anyway, so basically you can target and also exclude geography. So that is how you can actually change it, right? So let me show one more thing. Like this is the data of last 2 weeks, right? So it will be more beneficial to see this thing for the last maybe 3 months, right? If you really want to know from where more people are visiting, right? So what I will do is just change this dates, right? So this I will change to maybe until August. So I have close to 3 months data, right? So let me see now here. So now you can see that there are many people from the So a lot of people from Indore, most likely they're from Raipur only. Then you have Kolkata, Delhi, and Bangalore, and then Mumbai, right? So these are the location from where you have maximum users visiting my website. And there are also a lot of people from Ahmedabad. That is interesting. Ahmedabad, Hyderabad, Pune, Chennai, right? So maybe I should, if I'm running a campaign, I should focus primarily on Delhi, Mumbai, and Bangalore, right? And then if I have more money, I mean, sorry, Kolkata, Delhi, Bangalore, and Mumbai. And if I are still left with more, like I can focus on this also. So I hope you're appreciating what is the use of it, right? Then there are more options here, like system. So so you can see here, obviously, majority of the people will be from Chrome, but there are other operating system also, right? What is this? So based on, I mean, you can, so you can know all this thing, right? So from where they're accessing what, from which operating system they're accessing, what is the configuration, right? So here you can see like a majority of them are actually doing it from more than 50% are actually accessing it from Android, and then there are about 7%, 8% from this thing. So primarily it indicates that like there are more than 60-70% of the people who are actually accessing my website from mobile phone, right? So how can you use that information for for a business strategy? Yeah, so somebody would like to answer. Like, I mean, see, I mean, what is happening is like, you know that your website is accessed from mobile phone mode, right? Then desktop. So what should you do? What should you do to, yes, please?
Can do the changes in the website so that it will be more Android or phone friendly
Phone
for the
friendly,
user.
exactly, right? So when you know that more people are visiting your website from mobile phone, so you should ensure that your website is like better operated in mobile phone, right? So and you have to do certain things so that to ensure that you can understand, right? I mean, not all the websites are like you will have good experience to like access from mobile phone, right? So I mean, from desktop all the websites you can access very well, there's no problem, right? But the moment you start using it from mobile phone, not all website perform well. So and nowadays you can understand like majority of the people access most of the website using mobile phone only. So it is important that yeah, but anyway, depends on the business also. Yeah, anyway, so this is how it is. So this kind of information you can get from audience, right? So let me switch to another thing, which is actually acquisition, right? So if I click to acquisition and just say overview, so I get this information, right? So again, the date right now here is actually last 3 months, close to 3 months, right? And you can see certain things here. So basically, it tells you from where the audience have come here, right? So so in the last 3 months, there were around 146, 1,436 users. Out of this, so many were new users, right? And so out of this 1,436, 725 are from organic source, right? And 375 are from referral, uh, 170 are from direct. There are around 40 people from social media, right? So what does it mean, by the way? What is organic meaning? What is the meaning of organic?
People search it on directly search it on website name.
Yeah, right. So people maybe directly search the website name, or they can also use some keyword on Google search engine, right? And they find so somebody creation and they clicked on it. So that is organic search, right? What about referral? What is referral?
If we are providing anyone some
It,
link or any referral code, or
Yeah,
then
right.
they are clicking on it and they're directly landing on
Yeah,
that
right.
particular page.
Yeah. So how can you send the link of your website? Through what? I mean, okay. So
Link
basically,
the way we
and
send
maybe you will
others
send
link.
it to use. Yeah, I mean, maybe you can send it using a email, maybe email, right? So maybe from an email you can send your link to some people, or you can provide your link to some other platform also, right? So maybe so that may be that may be how it is. Direct means like you just directly type the website name, right? Then social, you have also a social, that is basically on social media. Like I mean, if you see, there is also a social media page of Sambhavi Creation, right? So let me also show that. Uh, can you see my page here? This thing. I mean, you're able to see my screen, right? I mean,
Yes,
just
sir.
trying. Yeah. So I'm just trying to open Facebook, and what I will do, I will just open Sambhavi Creation. So this is the website. I mean, this is the Sambhavi Creation Facebook page, right? So I'm also one of the admin of it, right? And we keep posting a lot of like this posts, right, to promote our website, right? So if somebody visits the website using these posts, right, so that will be categorized as social media, right? So we are promoting something on social media, and from there somebody landed to our website, so that will be categorized as social media, right? So I hope you're getting. So you also can get that information, and if you know that information right now, you can see that it is just very less. I mean, this is just 2.8%, so only less than 3% of the traffic is actually coming from social media. So that is very less, very less. Maybe we should do something more to increase this traffic, right? But one thing you can observe here is that there's no traffic from paid media. I mean, paid sources. There's no paid sources, right? So that is happening. Why? Because we have not run any paid campaign in the last 3 months, right? So that is the reason, right? So I will change that date, and I will show you how it changes, right? So let me change the date here. So we had run a lot of campaign in the month of June. So let me show that 16th of June to till August. So I'm changing the date June to August, right? And see, now the thing has changed here, right? So you can see here now that there's a category name paid search, right, which is actually 6.7%. There's something called uh, display, right? Display. So display is display. It is right now display, but display is nothing but our this thing. I mean, our display advertisement, right? So display advertisement is 46%, and then you have paid search, which is 6%. So more than 50% of the traffic was actually from our campaign, right? Our campaign. So, so please appreciate that. So this kind of, like, I mean, information you can have. So in this time period, June 16 to August 18, right? So it is July, August. So in the last in this 2 month time, there were 2,000 visitors, right? And out of this 2,000 visitors, uh, 1,000 plus, so close to 1,300 customers were actually from our, not 1,300, around 1,150 visitors were actually from our campaign, right? I hope you're getting it. And more thing you can see here, like, I mean, so basically, I mean, see, this particular tab is actually acquisition, right? So it gives you information from where you're acquiring the traffic, right? So that information is available here. You can also see here like other thing, like, I mean, you can also see Google Ads thing, right? So basically, I mean, you can link Google advertisement to Google Analytics, and you can see the performances. So you can see here that so in this period, like, we had this were the three uh, ad campaign which were running. Primarily the first two actually. So this was a shopping advertisement which I was telling yesterday, and this was a retargeting advertisement, right? So this was a display ad. So from shopping ad, there were 1,852 clicks, right, in those 2 months, and there were close to 800 clicks from our retargeting ad, right? So all this information is available, right? It can be accessed, I hope you're getting. Okay, any questions so far? So I mean, so to all this thing, like, I mean, a lot of, like, I mean, like, settings are required, right? So Google Analytics, you have to set. So you have to actually set Google Analytics with your website, and see how the, and then, I mean, if you're running any advertisement, then that advertisement also you have to link to Google Analytics, right? So that you get all this information. So this is acquisition. Then you also have behavior, right? So if you see behavior, so you can know, like, what they're doing on your website, right? So you can see that 36% of the people had just visited the home page only, right? And then the second most visited page was actually something like this, right? So we can see what it is. So I will just click here, and we can see what is there in this particular page, right? So this is a page where you have cow and calf, right? So this page is the second most visited page after the home page, right? So that is one important information. How can you use it for your gain? I mean, this business gain strategically. Come again.
We can increase the number of products, redesign the same product so that people will get more attracted.
Yeah, your voice is not very clear. Actually, I could not hear that well.
I said we can increase the design of the product.
Yeah.
So people
Yes,
will
right.
get attracted.
Yeah, right. So maybe like we can do something to make this particular product more attractive, right? Maybe we can improve the page design, right? Or else we can provide more information here. Although good amount of information is already available, we can also provide more. Maybe we can increase the discount, right? That is also one last way. So anyway, so main thing is that we know that this is one of the most visited page, right? I mean, second most visited page in your on your website. So that information is important for us, right? Then the second most visited page is this. So anyway, so this is animal statue, right? So this page is second most visited page. So 164 people visited it. So same way you have more information, right? So this is how it is. So this is behavior. Basically, you can understand what is the behavior. Then you have a tab named conversion, right? So basically, I mean, in conversion, basically, I mean, you need to set some conversions. Like, I mean, what will be you will consider as conversion? It means, like, I mean, somebody visit your website, and that visitor will do something on your website, right? So you need to define some conversion. Maybe, like, I mean, if that person purchases something from your website, so that you can define as a conversion, right? In our case, like, we had defined certain goals. So let me show that. So you can see here, like, I mean, all goals are shown here, right? So
Sir, do you
yes,
get
please.
invoice queries?
uh,
Do you get queries?
invoice query means.
So when I open your website, it showed a
Mhm.
question bar record. So if someone is entering some details, the things you're getting, things the owner is getting, they are called invoice queries.
Your voice is not clear, and what you can do, you can like, you can close your video and then speak. Maybe it will be, we we will be able to hear you better.
Now am I audible?
Yeah, it's better now. Yes.
Thank you. So I wanted to know, do you get invoice queries?
Invoice query means what?
Invoice queries is when I'm opening your website and there showed some bar which indicates I can enter some queries. If customers
Mm-hmm.
are entering some of their queries, the owner who is getting those questions, he or she can call it a invoice queries.
Okay, fine. So that information comes to our website, email, right? And also there is a see, this particular website is prepared using Shopify.com, right? So there also we have account, and from there also we can access it, right? So anyway, so in Google Analytics you will not get that information, right? I hope you try to answer. So you will get all that information
Google
on
doesn't,
your email. And yes, please.
Google doesn't the information.
Please repeat. I couldn't hear. Sorry.
I mean, Google doesn't provide us that information.
No, no.
You
See,
mean to
actually,
say?
no. Yes, it does not, because see, I mean, Google Analytics will provide information about website traffic, right? If you're, I mean, or else maybe I'm not very sure. I'm not very sure. I mean, in behavior, like basically in behavior, you get to know what are the things done uh, by the people, right? But I don't think that inquiry thing will be there here. Or else what you can do, like you can, if somebody clicks on you can just know like how many people are raising inquiry, right, by tagging that particular page. But I don't think you can know what is the inquiry. But anyway, like I mean, why would you anyway need that? Because that information will be available on your like I mean on the admin access of your website, and also on your email. So for that, Google Analytics will not be required. It will be like less efficient to use Google Analytics for such thing.
Some
I
websites
hope I tried to
provide
answer.
that. That's why I
Hmm?
asked. Some websites do provide that. That's why
Okay.
I asked.
Okay, fine. So they provide what?
I mean, some
I mean,
websites
what?
do provide those queries sessions. So whenever we have some queries, we can put our
Mm-hmm.
question right over there. So so
Mm-hmm.
after some time, they answer back with our email only.
Fine, fine, fine. Yeah, right. So those are some features you can have on your website, right? So that is primarily to do with your website design, right? So that is primarily to do with website design. It's so I don't think there is any role of Google Analytics there. Google Analytics will not play a role there. It will primarily, I will give you information about what is happening on your website, about the people. Okay, fine. Let's
Okay,
move
okay.
ahead. Let's move ahead. Like, right? Yeah, yeah. Right. So so these are different tabs. So there's one more tab named conversion, right? So here you can know about different goals which you have set. For example, like we had set some goals. For example, like 5 pages or more views. So this was also a goal set by us. Right? So if you click there, you can know like how many people are actually had clicked more than, I mean, they had visited more than 5 pages. So that information can also be you can also get it, right? So here 203 people had actually yeah 185 people had actually um uh, uh, visited more than 5 pages in this period which I have set. This is that 2 month, right? And then out of that around 18 people had actually add to cart. I mean, they had added some product to their cart, right? So this information is again available. So if you know this information, this also can be used for maybe retargeting, right? So retargeting also you can actually target this way. Right? So these are some features. Okay. Okay. So any queries so far about the Google Analytics? So this was overview of Google Analytics, right? So we will. So any questions so far before I move a little ahead? Fine. So basically, I mean, one thing is that I mean, these are the kind of thing which just by demonstration it will not help. You have to practice it, right? Then only it will make some sense, right? So anyway, so let me demonstrate what more you have on Google Analytics. So let's see some more features here. So one thing, like I mean, you can actually uh, You can also know compare some period by period. Like so, in this period, June 16 to August 18, I had run my advertisement campaign, right? And in this period, this is the performance. So 20 around 2,000 users were there, and the bounce rate was 61%. And there are different metrics, different parameters are there. Right? So I can compare this data with previous 2 years, sorry, previous 2 months, right? And to do that, what you can do, you can just click here, and you can just click on compare to, right? So previous period. So basically, it will compare the previous 2 months. So I'm analyzing 16 June to 18th August data, and it will compare the previous 2 months, right? I hope you're getting. It is comparing 13th April to 15th June period with this thing. So if I just say apply, we just say apply. So here is the comparison. Here's the comparison, right? So what you can observe here is, so what do you observe here? What's your take on it? So this is the result. This is the result. So what do you see here? So basically, if it is green, that means it's a gain, and if it is orange or red, it is actually a loss. I mean, it is reduced. It has reduced. So, so what do you observe here? So we are comparing period 16th June to 18th August with respect to 13th April to June 15th. Okay, so this is the result. So what do you observe here?
Returning of visitors has
Returning visitor. Yeah, so returning visitor is what?
has increased.
Has increased. Increased when? So how much was this in this period, April to June?
Sorry, it has decreased. Sorry.
It has decreased, right? So yeah, anyway, so that's fine. So basically, returning visitors means like you understand returning visitor, right? I mean, people so visited your website once again. So it was between April to June, it was 17%, and in this period it is 14. So that has reduced. Returning visitor has reduced. Fine, that's fine. Okay, what more do you observe here? In this page which is shown here, what more you observe? What about bounce rate?
Bounce rate is way more. Way more has decreased.
Yeah,
It's
basically bounce rate.
3.26%.
Yeah, so bounce rate has basically reduced in June to August. So it is good or bad?
Good.
Good, it's good.
It's good, right? So bounce rate has actually improved. So that is one good sign. So although basically when you run a campaign, the chances are more likely that the bounce rate will increase because you might attract a lot of irrelevant crowd. So that will come to your website and then just leave. So that might actually increase the bounce rate. So bounce rate is actually not increased but actually reduced. So that is one good sign. So that means our this thing performed well, right? What about users? What about users?
It has increased.
Right. So how many were there in the previous 2 months and between June to August?
It was 177.27% and it has increased 10%.
Which one you're seeing?
Mhm.
Just see it once again.
Visitor.
Yeah.
So in June 16, 2021, it was 177 and it has increased in 2 months 10%. It has increased 10% in April 13.
Okay, okay, wait a minute. So basically, users means users, and new users are like, I mean, out of those users, how many are new users? So these two data are different, right? Two different things. So how many users were there in April to June?
Also,
Yeah, where do you how many I mean you can see there in this screen itself. Just try to understand this data.
new users, it is 187% for one.
No, that is percent, but how many? How many are also is also given, right? How many?
Q135.
2135. Yeah, 2135 is a number of users, right? So that is for which period?
April to June, that is.
No, so that is actually for June to August, right? June to August. So because basically we are comparing this period versus this period, right? So anyway, so 200 and 135 is the number of users in June to August, and 770 is number of users in April to June, right? So anyway, so we increase. I mean, in 2 months, usually around 770 people visit our website, but that we increase using that online, I mean, this marketing campaigns, right? So number of user increased to like 170, like it increased by 177%. So same thing you can see here in new users also, right? Okay. So sessions also you can see it is same thing. It has increased obviously. So what about number of sessions per users?
135.
2000 and
Number of sessions per user?
two thousand 832.
Yeah, so that is basically number of sessions, right? So that is number of sessions. But what I'm asking is like number of session per users, right? So one user is actually having how many sessions on your website, right? So
It
anyway,
decreased from 1.56 to 1.33.
right? So that is good or bad?
Good, I guess.
I think it's bad.
It's bad. Anyway, I mean I think I
Yeah,
should
the
not
time
ask.
spent decreased.
Yeah. So number of sessions are basically number of interaction with the website. So one session is maybe like maybe you can explore a little bit the meaning of session. But anyway, so number session per user should be more. Like that means that show how many like engaged users are there of your website. Right? Okay. Anyways, so that is there. Then you have average session duration, right? Average session duration. So one session is like, I mean, you can see here it is actually decreased by 60%, close to 60%, right? So that is also bad. I mean, in previous time when the crowd was more organic, that time people used to spend around about 2 minutes, but now they're spending just 1 minute, right? So that is bad for that is bad. That is average. Uh, that is bad, right? So anyway, so when you're running a campaign, it's obvious that a lot of irrelevant people will visit you, will come to your website, right? So that's fine. So that's how you can get more information here, right? So same way, you can also see actually there was a way from where you can actually know how many people are from accessing it from mobile phone and how many are from service provider. Let me see what it is. Operating system, right? So one thing you can see here is that, I mean, change is what. So more people are actually are visiting this website from the mobile phone in the time when I was running the campaign, right? So obviously, so that means a lot of people are visiting the website from mobile phone from my campaign. Okay, anyway, so these are some ways of doing it, like, I mean, analyzing it. Okay, any questions so far? Otherwise, Any questions so far? Okay, so let's see some more option of acquisition, right? Let's see some more option of acquisition. So here you have all traffic. So let us see sources. What you have in sources. So what I will do, I will not compare, but I will just see that data on time period. So I'm seeing the period in which I had run the campaign, so that I have more data and things to compare. Right. So this shows me sources, like from where the traffic is coming. So what is CPC? What is CPC? Yeah. What is CPC? Anybody remembers?
I think there is a message in the chat box. Jitendra Pal Singh has said difference between clicks and visits.
Okay, fine. Okay. No issue, no issue. So CPC is basically cost per click. Okay, cost per click. You can note down. So this is cost per click. So basically, I mean, when you run some campaign, you have to pay for each click. Right? So on average, what is the cost for each click? So that is called cost per click. So that is a like terminology in digital marketing, right? So CPC, you will hear a lot CPC. So CPC is nothing but your actually digital social, like the digital SCM, search engine marketing. Right? So that is cost per click. So you can see here, like from Google CPC, you have attracted 1143 users. So that is what it is showing, right? And then from organic sources, Google organic, and you very well understand what is the meaning of organic. There were 641 users, right? And that way you can have more data. Like for example, you also have people from Bing, and from social media also you can know like from which social media platform there are visitors, right? So from Facebook, Facebook you have, Instagram you have, right? So and you also see mobile Facebook, right? So that is also there. So based on this, again, I mean, you can actually make your strategy for social media promotion. Okay, so this was it. Let me see some more thing. What is channel? Yeah, so this I think we had seen earlier, right? So basically different channels like display, organic search, direct, paid search. So paid search and display are like similar thing. Like it is not able to, it does not, I mean, as of now, it could not differentiate between the two variables. As I said earlier, I mean, a lot of settings are required. So I mean, like there's also something called Google Tag Manager, right? You can note down also Google Tag Manager. So basically, whatever happens in your website, it should be tagged properly. Like I mean, whether it is that somebody is coming from an advertisement, or somebody is coming from organic search, that has to be tagged properly. So there's something called Google Tag Manager, and if you can also incorporate that, I mean, your overall, I mean, this analysis will be more enhanced, right? Okay. So there's something called Search Console, right? So again, it provides little more detail about like which page and what pages, right? So if you see here, what is this data? So here what you have is actually your number of impression, right? So they were 23,000 impression, and out of this there were 400 people clicked on it, right? So based on this, actually your somebody had asked about CTR. What is CTR, right? So that is click through rate. So that is basically relationship between this click and impression, right? And you can see here that, like, I mean, this particular page, this particular landing page has attracted a lot of crowd, like 5,000 crowd. Okay. So that is acquisition. This is behavior. Here again, there are more things you can see. Okay, fine. So let me.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, how to distinguish between CPC and CTR?
Yeah. Right. So CTR is actually click-through rate. Click-through rate. Right. So if I search also what is CTR, you can just what is full form CTR. So this is click-through rate. Can be used to gauge how well your keyword and ads are performing. Like formulas, as you can see here, clicks divided by impression, right? So how many impressions were there, and how many people clicked on it, right? So I hope you understand the meaning of impression. So if I search something in Google, for example, if I search say laptop, all right, let's type electric car, right? So this all result come, right? So this all thing will be counted as an impression, right? So this afdc.energy.gov, right? So this is now one impression, right? So these are all impression. So and if I click on it, so that becomes a click, right? So one side you have clicks and one side you have impression. So which of the two will be more, click or impression? Which of the two will be always more?
Clicks.
Sir, I guess impressions will be more.
Impressions will be more, right? Basically, impression
Yes,
is impression. I mean, right now so CNBC, BBC, all this have actually will be counted as one impression, right? And I'm not clicking on any of it, so clicks will be actually zero, right? So obviously, like I mean, impressions will be more, and click through rate actually denotes, like I mean, it again is a metric, right? So and the formula is like clicks divided by impression. So if click if so that is CTR. If CTR is more, that means the number of clicks are more. I mean, so if people are seeing your this thing your advertisement or this search engine result, they're actually clicking. So that is CTR. So CTR is good or bad? I mean, higher CTR is a good thing or bad thing? So if CTR is high, it is good or bad? CTR basically click divided by impression.
sir, I think high CTR is good because number of clicks per impression will be more.
Yeah, right. So obviously, right. So CTR, if CTR is high, so that means it is good, right? If CTR is high, it is actually good. So that means if somebody is seeing your impression, the user is are finding is it interesting and relevant, so they're clicking on it, right? So a high CTR is good. And if you see about CPC, so that is basically cost per click, right? So that is nothing to do with that. It is just the amount that you pay for each click, and that is actually like a word, like name used for like marketing, search engine marketing, right? Search engine marketing. Okay. Any questions so far apart from this?
No, sir. Thank you, sir.
Fine. Okay. So this is about, like I mean, your Google Analytics. There are more settings here. Like I mean, you have your admin page, right, where you can actually make more settings here. For example, I mean, you can link your Google Ads, right? The way I had linked my Google Ads here, that can be done. You can also set your conversion, right? So many settings are there. Goals you can set. So this is that, right? And so this was more about like all this, right? Okay. So let me also show you. So this was about Google Analytics. Let me show you about Google advertisement, right? So this is the portal from where we had actually set Google advertisement, right? So let me show that thing. It would be interesting to you to see this. So here you have campaign, right? So if you can see here all campaign, right? So these are different campaigns which we had run, right? And you can see here that the time which I put is like 1st of March to April, August 18. So last some 6 month data I'm actually extracting here. And you can see here that different ads we had run, and we had run some ads in month of March. You can see here like uh, so if you see here for March April, right? So how many clicks are there for March 4th, sorry, March 4th? How many clicks are there for March 4th?
It's 51.
Yeah, it's 51, right? And how many impression?
It's 1,475.
Yeah, so what will be CTR in this case? How much will be CTR?
It's click by impression.
Yeah, what is CTR? Click by impression, right?
Yes.
So how much will be that? So anyway, just 51 divided by 140 is 1475. Whatever comes will be actually your will be CTR. Okay, so let me show that thing. Let me narrow this thing down so that we get little better picture. Let's see, just small period. So this is the period, and I can actually add that thing like instead of clicks, I can actually add another metric. Right. So here you have CTR. Sorry, you have CTR. So CTR is also shown here, right? So you can see here that for August 10th, right? What is CTR? How much is CTR for August 10th? How much is CTR for August 10th?
2.01%.
Right. So that is 2.01. That means out of 100 impression, 2 people are actually clicking on it. Right? So that is 2%. Right. So and if you see here, it's keep on changing. It's keep on changing. And on August 13, my CTR was better. It was 5.33%. Right? So that's how it is. So that is again like one matrix you can get. Right? And you can also see some more detail here, like so in this period between August 10 to August 18. This was a particular ad campaign which was actually retargeting advertisement, right? So I was actually so yeah. So what I was doing was like I was retargeting people who had visited my website in the last 30 days, right? So that is what I was interested for. So there's no point targeting people who had visited my website 2-3 months back, right? So it is more beneficial for me to target people who had recently visited my website, right? So some people just target 1 week past data. Some people, so we had just fixed it to last 30 days, right? So in this they were 2,256 impression and we got 47 clicks, right? And you can also see uh, this thing like so average cost, right? Average cost. So how much is average cost? How much is average cost here? Can you read it?
It's 0.71
Yeah, it is
rupees.
0.71 rupees. So this is nothing but your CPC, cost per click, right? So per click I am paying just 0.7 paise. Fine. I hope you're getting. So just let me increase this time period so that we get a little bit more data. Right, so I'm just seeing it for a month and we'll have little more data, right? So you can see here, so this was again my retargeting ad, right? So and this is another my shopping ad, right, which I was talking about. So how much is CPC for shopping ad for this period? How much is CPC for shopping ad? And how much is CTR for shopping ad? Can someone tell? CTR and shopping ad according to this. right? So let me repeat. So first of all, tell me what is CPC here for shopping ad?
So 0.38, I guess.
Yeah, yes, right. So no need to guess. It is shown here, right? So it is average
Yes,
cost,
sir.
right? So
Yes.
0.38 is basically the average price you had paid for one click. So it is point. So this is cost per click. It is very low here, right? Uh, so that also maybe like that may be a good thing that yeah you're getting a cheap cost, but it is also possible that you're getting people who are not relevant kind of people, right? So it may be a negative thing also. Fine. What about CTR? How much is CTR here?
117.92.
No.
0.39,
Yeah,
0.39%.
0.39%, right? 0.39% is the it's basically CTR. So there is the so out of 100, just zero point 0.4 people, right? Or maybe like out of more than 200 impression, just one person is clicking. One impression is getting click. So that's how it had performed. So it had performed. What do you say? The performance is good or bad according to you? So what's your take on it? Like, did this campaign perform well or the performance was poor? So click-through rate is just 0.4%, and CPC's cost per click is point. That is also 0.4 rupees. Right. So it's a good advertisement or bad advertisement? How would you assess it? What's your take? Okay, no issue. Maybe I should help you out here. So it is bad performance is bad. Like I mean, CTR should be high. Like CTR is very poor here. Okay, and we should also see more thing. Like I mean, what about conversion? What about conversion? So those things also we should see here, right? So con- we can. So conversion, I forgot like what we had put here as conversion. Most likely it was like I mean add to cart was we define as conversion. So we basically have to see like what is the price for conversion, right? I mean, so here if you see here, here it is. I mean, we spent how much? Total amount we had spent was here 300 rupees for this. It's a very small amount, right? In this period, and we received 17 number of conversions. So cost per conversion was around 19-20 rupees, right? So anyway, so these are some data which you can get. Fine. So I don't know how much interesting it is, but let me ask some questions, right? So I can understand unless you like I mean try it yourself, you will not find it useful. So let me open this thing for questions now, right? Otherwise, it will be boring. If you have any question regarding Google Analytics, you can ask me.
Participants, you can raise your questions, sir. Anyway, sir, I have a bit of query regarding when I was listening to your lecture. It can be a basic general question. So, how can we increase this e-commerce sales? It can already been told, but for the sake of everybody, can you again please repeat that?
Sure. See, the easiest way in e-commerce business is actually do it from using Amazon.
Okay.
Right. So enroll yourself as Amazon seller, and there you can sell your product, right? So that is what my friend is also doing. But what happens is that I mean, if you sell your product using Amazon, you're left with very little margin, right? Because you have to spend money on advertisement there. then you have to give some cut to Amazon, right? So all that thing is there. So finally, what you get is a very less. So that is anyway one shortcut. And otherwise, like I mean, ideally people should visit your website and buy, right? So to increase that, one is like I mean, you improve your search engine optimization of your website so that organic traffic come, and then but that will never be good enough. You will go for paid advertisement, right? So I had told yesterday also that I mean, even if the website is very big, I mean like it's a very big brand, still they go for advertisement, right? So advertisement on Google, right? Then advertisement on social media, retargeting, all these things should keep happening, right? And you need to have certain budget for each month. Then only after 2 3 4 months, maybe 5 months or 6 months, you might break even.
Yeah.
So initially you need to have some decent budget, maybe 2 3 lakh rupees, 2 lakh rupees around for a regular e-commerce business.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
So anyway, so I mean, I hope I could deliver what I intend to. So Google Analytics is primarily a tool that help you to monitor the activity. I mean, the interaction of your website and users. How are they interacting? Who are interacting? When they're interacting, etc. Right? So yeah, somebody has raised her hand. I think Ria, you want to ask something?
Also, I can see it's been raised so long. I mean, it's been, yeah.
So Prachi has raised her hand, I think. Prachi.
Sir, I'm fine. Let Ria go first because he has been raising it since long, so I'll just target after that.
Yes, please.
Prachi, you can go ahead with the question.
Okay, sir. Sir, I just have a very silly question. I just wanted to know how does Google procure the information about different heads which is sourced on the analytics? So, what exactly is the thread of getting the information about the users?
Yeah, that's a valid question, right? So, as I understand, there's no threat because Google, at least they do not reveal like who had visited. Like, I mean, if Prachi is accessing from her account, prachi@jha@gmail.com, right? So, to me, like, see, I am a user of Google Analytics. So, Google Analytics will not tell me Prachi had visited my website. So, this information will not be revealed. So what happens if you visit sambhavicreation.com, there's something called cookie. I also do not know the exact what is the meaning of cookie. That cookie gets stored, right? So your cookie will be stored to my website sambhavicreation.com, right? And from that website, it will be that the information will be transferred to Google Analytics, right? That's all. So so we do not know what is there inside that cookie exactly. So what information we get is like just like I mean maybe what is your age, where you have accessed it, and maybe some other information what you did in the website, right? But if I want to contact you directly, I can't do that because I don't have anything about your information. I just can see what you have done, right? So I hope I tried to answer. Yes. So you don't lose any like privacy. That is what I'm trying to say, according to my understanding. So maybe Google knows it, but they do not reveal it to people.
Sir, but there is a system where we actually agree to accept the cookies. But if we do not agree, then also will it be like my information will be synced in automatically?
I'm not sure. Like that's a little bit of IT, it's technical kind of question, right? So that I'm not sure. If you do not agree to accept the cookie, whether your information will be stored with them or not. That I don't know. I'm not very sure.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So basically, yes, please.
So has this analytics helped you in your business?
Yes, very much. See, with using analytics only, we could understand like what is happening, right? Though we could only compare using analytics, Google Analytics. like the traffic is coming, right? But see, I mean, I showed, right? I mean, so only after using the analytics we could actually understand whether our how is the performance of our this. See, I mean, here you can see in this period of 16 to 18 when we were running this shopping advertisement. So half of the crowd was actually coming from the advertisement, right? So that means that shows the effectiveness of my advertisement, right? So this is definitely helping. And right now, because the traffic is not that large, it is very easy to track things. But maybe if there are too many numbers of a transaction, like thousands or lakhs of people visiting my website every month, and a lot of people are also purchasing a lot of goods from my website. In such situation, these things will be more helpful, right? So I can know if, say, there are 100 number of orders I'm getting. Out of that 100, how many are from advertisement and how many are from organic search, right? If none of them are from my advertisement, that means I'm not actually making any sales by using from my advertisement, right? And if there are sales happening, so from advertisement, so from which particular campaign? Is it a Google Shopping ad, or is it a display ad, or is it a Facebook advertisement, right? So all that information I can see from my analytics, right? So till now it had not helped because the scale of business is not that big. But yes, I mean it helps. It helps. If you're running your website professionally, you will have to use Google Analytics.
Okay,
Otherwise,
sir. Thank you.
yeah. So yes. So see, it's like Shopify is a platform to make your website, right? So the same similarly, there are other platforms from where you can make your website. So whatever is the platform, there also you get some amount of analytics, right? Like, I mean, for how many users came, but that analytics will not give you much information. So as I had demonstrated to you in Google Analytics, you get a lot of information you can get, and very comprehensive information that can be used really strategically for many things. So that is the beauty of, like, I mean, this online system, right? So if you have a physical store, you usually do not have a good track, like, I mean, who all are coming and what they're doing. But when you have an online system, you can exactly know, like, I mean, who are all coming and how many times they're visiting, etc., etc. So from Google, you cannot know, like, whether Prachi had visited or Ananya had visited. That information is not revealed. But if you have your admin access of your, like, website, for example, as I said, this website was prepared on Shopify. So on Shopify analytics, you will have certain information, like, I mean, like what whether who is the user, like, is it Prachi or who? So that kind of information is possible to get using your website admin access. Okay. Fine. Okay. So any other question you have?
I'm clear from my side.
Fine. Good.
Any other question from anyone, please?
So, I mean, when you want to start Google Analytics, like, I mean, you have to first log into Google Analytics and then link your website to Google Analytics, right? So that is the first job you will have to do. And how to do that? You can search in YouTube, right? There's a process. You to write some code, from Google Analytics to on your website's administrative this thing. I mean, like some codes you have to write from here to there and there to here, right? So those kind of some settings are there, that demand a little bit of technical knowledge, and but anyway, that can be done. There are like YouTube videos, etc., to help you out there. Right? But yes. I think it is done. I mean, maybe this topic is not that interesting, right? I can
No, sir,
understand.
it
but
was very much.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I mean, it is. I mean, to. I mean, ability to know like who are all visiting your website, right? And from where they're visiting, who are they? This information itself is like a kind of information which is really interesting, right? And it
It's
surprises you.
very practical session,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
for this you need to have a website of your own or business so that you can quantify or see how your website is working and what conditions. That's the reason, maybe.
That's the reason. Actually, this
Sir,
is yes.
uh,
Yes, please.
I have one query that what is the difference between these widgets and number of times likes that we see? Because in Google Analytics, sometimes we see number of widgets you have gone through,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes we see clicks, number of clicks that you have done.
Yeah.
So, what is the basic difference between these two?
See, click means click, right? I mean, you see the impression, right?
Yes.
The impression will be either maybe on search engine or some advertisement, right? So that is impression, and when you click it, that is counted as one. Right? Then once you enter to the website, what you do? I mean, you just see the landing page, or
Yeah.
you interact more. You visit more pages. So if you visit more pages, so
Then it
that
is.
so that will be counted as page visits, right? So suppose you landed to a landing page, and then you visited four more pages, right? So that will be counted as five landing page and four more pages. So visited five pages. So that is visit.
So that means widget has a positive more effect than the clicks, because some ad will come and I will click and it will re-enter to my website. So if I'm more interested, I will visit other pages what is involved in it. Right?
Exactly.
So that we categorize as widgets.
Yes. So number of visit divided by click, right? So that we are calling that I think we had given some name, right? Page per click, number of page per click. So that ratio should be high. If that ratio is high, that
Yeah.
means that is a positive thing.
It is but sir, as you told that it is a free, means mostly it is provided by Google Analytics, is a free
Yeah.
software
Yeah.
given. Why it is giving, means what is the commercial angle of it? Why
Yes.
analytics is
See,
free?
by it's benefiting them. See, I mean, because you have that information, so you can use that information for Google advertisement.
Yeah. So it is just a means giving some technology so that people will make use and it leads to some other profits.
Yes, right. So I would say, like, I mean, see, not just Google, but it is also beneficial to Facebook, and I think Facebook is getting the free service. From
Yes.
Google Analytics, you can know the visitor is from Google advertisement or that the process from Facebook, right? So both information is available. So you can spend money on Google and also can spend money on Facebook. So both are getting benefited, but the service is provided by Google only.
Sir, as you said, the influence of Google is very much in our country.
Yeah.
But what about China? Means they have their own search engine. So
Yeah.
does this Google Ads work the same that work in India, or they have some different dimensions?
Well, I
In
have
Chinese
no,
people,
I have no
they
idea.
don't have Facebook, they don't
Yes, yes.
have Google. They
Yes.
always follow their own something.
Yes. I don't
So
have any
in
idea about that. I have no
Yeah, in
idea.
future, I think there will be some fitting competitor to Google in terms.
Yeah, because can I just buzz in? Because recently I bought a new phone and saw that this is a Chinese brand. I mean Chinese manufacturer. So
Yeah.
when I trying to download from anything from Play Store, Google, so it will automatically show some kind of notification. You are downloading something else from Google, so it may or may not, coordinate
Uh-huh.
according to our thing. So what to do as a general customer? mean, shall we go with the thing or shall we just go for more of Indian thing?
See, first of all, I think we should not buy Chinese phone. We can go for
No,
Samsung.
no.
Right. Recently, I ordered a Samsung phone. Earlier, I used to have MI phone. Anyway, so I mean, China is very smart, right? So they know the power of Google and also Facebook, right? And you know how things can be manipulated using social media. So China is anyway very smart, and they have ensured that foreign players do not enter to the country. So they have their own Google and also Facebook.
Yes, yes.
Okay, sir. Is there any other questions from participants? Because most of the questions were already addressed during conversation. It was an interactive session. Actually. Fine. So we'll wind up this session, sir, with your
Yes,
permission.
Yes, yes.
So
yes,
it's a great session, sir, and you have touched two important sessions, that is search engine marketing and Google Analytics, which are very vital. And as I told you, that the future, if future is digital marketing, then we need to know the tools,
Yes.
or else if we depend upon others, whatever they give informations or citations, maybe we'll be fooled, because
Yes.
digital marketing is costly, as cited by you.
Yeah. Exactly. Even if you're not practicing, we should at least understand what it is all about, right? What is this marketing campaign? Because otherwise we'll be spending money and we will not have confidence that where is this money going, right?
Yeah, that's the
So it's a good idea to try somewhere. Like, I mean, you had gone through, or the participant had gone through this session. I would highly recommend that you practice it somehow. You can either have access to some website, or you can create your own website. It does not cost much.
Yeah.
You also have free trials. You create your website, run some advertisement on Google, run some advertisement on Facebook also. You try Facebook also, try Google Analytics. You try all these things yourself, and then experience it, right? It will benefit you more and give you much more confidence.
Yes, before you go into this business or startups or some product promotions, at least you can know the fundamentals of all these elements.
Also, yes, and also for students, like, I mean, student, if you want to get some job in digital marketing, you should try all this thing yourself. Then only you can tell this thing to the, employer, that you know all this thing, right? And there's a lot of demand for all this, right? Because as I said, there are many consultants there. Companies want people, and you can understand, like, people usually do not have knowledge about all this thing. So it is respected if you know, if you're knowledgeable about digital marketing in the job market.
And still it is a gray area, as how much investment I will do and what return I am getting.
Yeah.
So calculating is again a tough job or convincing a consumer or a producer is difficult in digital media.
Yes. And to monitor, like, what is the return of investment. This Google Analytics is the tool, right? If suppose you spend, say 1 lakh rupees, right, and you have got some result. So if you want to know how much of that is from advertisement and how much is that organic, Google Analytics will help. Right?
Yes, that too devices, whether it is from Android or Microsoft Windows or devices also. So it's give a clear idea where we focus or segment our products.
For example, like, we were running, we had launched Executive MBA last year, and we had received 120 number of applications, right? So if we want to know how, and we had run this digital marketing campaign. So if you want to know out of 120, how many had actually come from advertisement. So for that, I mean, all these tools we had used.
Great session, sir. We'll be in touch for research work related to this digital marketing. I'm also. We can work in some kind of like-minded topic or something approach.
Sure. Yeah.
It's a great learning session. Thank you very much, sir, on behalf of ASBM University for giving up the inputs, and that too I admire on a very simplest form and the complex things. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
so
so much.
My contacts are there on the website also, or IIM Sambalpur website. So you can feel free to contact me, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
all of you. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all participants, faculty.
Will be sent to your email ID, so you can fill it over there.
The feedback form has already been sent.
Already
and
been there. Okay, great.
give your valuable inputs. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.